Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And to start this video off, I want to get some help from you guys. I seem to go through Wellington boots or gun boots like there's no tomorrow. They last me about 6 months. I either wear the insoles of them out, it's difficult to see in there, or they get punctured. I actually don't have the last pair I had. I split them up here after about 4 months. These are the latest boots I got, which are muck boots, and they've lasted me about 2 months, and they're all split here, and they're all worn. Can't really see, but on the inside they're worn through. I do a lot of walking and I walk pretty fast around the farm, and if anyone knows any boots that are good quality boots, I don't mind paying for good quality boots that will actually last. You know, like I'd like to get at least 6 months to a year. Would be nice. I don't mind. I used to just get Dunlops and change the insoles in them about every 4 months, and I sometimes might get 6 months out of them. I'm pretty sore. I'm always kicking stuff, and yeah, so anyone any ideas out there, put it in the comments and I'll check them out. Okay, so today it's a little bit windy, but we want to move the floured cows, the cuts and the sheep. They're way around the front of the farm, and we want to move them into this paddock here. So it's quite a spin around the farm, and I'm on my own right now, so I've set up a few fences to help, and we'll get them moving. It's going to be first time for the cows coming around this long, so they'll be a bit hesitant. The goats are very slow at the minute because they've got young kids, and the sheep are just crazy in general, so it's going to be interesting. We've got to get them out through this gap here, and I've set up this little fence because we're coming through here. It's going to be a little tight. It's just maybe a little bit against their comfort zone, but the goats have been through here quite a few times. The only issue with them is some of them have got kids, so that'll slow them up. But we'll just take our time and let the animals. This is our water source here. We'll have to take this with us after we move them, and we've got to move the shelter as well. So let's go get them rounded up. I've got one lame goat, Annie, my milk goat. I haven't really treated her this morning, but she should be okay. Come on. Cows are starting to figure out the morning moves. There should be grass here. She doesn't know why there isn't grass here. Come on, Rosie girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hold closer together. Come on. Hup. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hup. 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 Move it. Let's move it, let's move it, let's move it, let's move it. Come on. Hup. Let's go. Should be. Come on. Hup. Come on. Hup. Get it. Hup. Hup. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right. A couple of goats there. I'm going to leave them behind and take them on their own, because the kids are there, and I'll just slowly work them over. Just want to make sure we stay going in that direction. There's some good grass there that will keep them occupied for a minute while I get these sheep rounded up. Come on, sheepies. This sheep here is a real, she likes to go when she gets out of the fence. She's a little bit tamer today, which is good. Come on. Hup. Come on, Lola. Hup. Hup. Oh, don't go that way. Shh, get up. Hup. Come on. Come on. Hup. Hup. Get up. Hup. Hup. Come on. Hup. Come on. Hup. 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 Come on. Hup. Just move it. That went smoother than I thought. We're only halfway there, right? Come on. Hup. Give them a little chance to get through here. So narrow. There's loads of grass on the other side, so they should be tempted to go through. And I need to push a little bit so the cows don't get left behind. Come on. Hup. Hup. Get up. Hup. 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 There we go. And then okay. The sheep is going in the wrong direction. Totally missed the paddock. I gotta run up there and get her. And you missed the paddock. No. Go in the grass. Gotta go back, get the other goat and get the shelter. That is, these guys moved. Shelter, fence, water, everybody's moved. Took me a little bit longer today, I think maybe a half an hour. I was filming and I'm not in so much of a rush now anyway, so I take my time. And these guys are happy munching grass. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the cows. I introduced them last week, but I didn't talk much about them. So we've got 4 Dexter cows. The reason we went for Dexter's is a native Irish breed. There's 4 native Irish breeds. There's the Dexter, there's the Kerry, there's the Moyle, and there's the White Park. Now the Dexter is believed to be a descendant from the Kerry, which was originally a milk breed, but the Dexter is now more known to be a hardy meat breed. And the Moyle is a dual purpose breed, and I don't know so much about the White Parks, but I went with Dexter's because of their hardiness, and we want beef. We only got them for beef. So we've got 4 cows here. Sorry, the sun is pretty bright there. So we've got 4 cows. If I maybe flip these around, and if we walk out here, the one's pretty bad, so I'm going to stay in by the shelter, and I'm going to have to walk around past them. The sun is really bad. So we've got the red cow is she's the cow with the calf, and then this is a bullock here, called him Bertie. So we're going to eat him at the end of the season. And then the black heifer, she's just a young heifer. My original plan was to eat her next year, and then the calf is a heifer calf as well. We would eat her the year after. That's still my plan. I do really like that black heifer. She's really nice. Maybe I would keep her and put her in calf, and we might find someone else to eat next year, or maybe we'll eat the red one. I'm not sure, but they're really nice. They're getting used to the moves. Again, why I went for this breed is because they are native to here. They're the smallest European cattle breed, I believe, the Dexter. So they don't have so much mass to upkeep, which makes them great for overwintering. Obviously they won't kill out, nowhere near a commercial breed. I believe like an almost a 3-year-old animal will be hanging at like 125, maybe 150 kilos tops. Now obviously it'll depend on the context, but that suits me down to the ground. I'm not going into beef production. They're very easy to keep, these animals, completely grass fed, and I'm really happy with them now. They've really settled into the moves. They really look forward to getting their fresh grass. I'm still in every 2-day moves, and yeah, they love it. So we've moved into this paddock today because we're going to eat this paddock, but we're moving off to farm 2 after that, and that's our holding pen to load everybody out on. So I wanted to be close to that pen, so it'll be an easy move in the morning. I'll probably move them actually in the evening. We'll get my dad to come with the livestock trailer and we will load them up to farm 2. Happy team. Kids always find the shelter pretty quick. I'm just getting set up to go for pigs here. I'm just loading up the van, put in my pig boards and some straw. I'm going to hook the trailer on. I'm going to go tomorrow morning early for them. We've got our water set up. I like to use is just nipple drinkers. What I do is just any kind of tank. This is a brass tank fitting. If you can see in there, it's got a rubber and it's got a big washer on the inside. That's a 1/2 inch brass fitting. And then it's got a female to female 1/2 inch brass fitting, because the tank fitting comes out in a male. The end of the nipple drinker's a male, so you need a female to female to go in between them, and that's solid. The pigs can rip on that all day long, even when they're fully grown, and that won't go anywhere. I see people on YouTube that just drill a hole straight into the tank and thread the pig nippler into it. Waste of time. Pigs will just rip that off in no time at all. This here's solid. I think that tank's about 3 or 4 years old, and it does the job. These pigs are about 45 kilos, so if I was worried that the nipplers weren't high enough, I would lift the barrel up, but I think that's going to be good. If I thought it was too high, I would put a little stone in front of it. For their feeder, I just use plastic feeders. My dad was actually, this belongs to my dad, he was using it for sheep. He had some holes drilled in it to let the water out. I actually want to hold the water in for when we're feeding skim milk or whey. And the last thing I've done down here is I've put in a bed for them. Now these pigs are actually already outside. The guy that I normally get pigs off let me down this year, so I've just sourced 5 pigs. I want to get some more. But this guy I've been talking to, they're already outside, they're already electric fence trained according to him. But I'm going to take them up and put them in the polytunnel here for a few days, just to get to know them, make sure they are electric fence trained and everything's good. And the weather's given a lot of rain this week, so once the weather settles down, I'll get them outside then. But I like to keep any animals fairly well contained to come onto the farm straight away, just so I get to know them, get to know they're not lunatics, and get them settled down. Is that right, Jess? You're going to see the pigs tomorrow. Just got back to the farm and look what I picked up. 5 little piggies, and I've been picked them up in Letterkenny, which is about an hour away, and just going to let them settle down here. And I've set up so I can just run them straight in, so I'll let them calm down. It's been quite a bit of excitement, and then we'll get them in. We're pretty hungry, so they're settling in well. These are a cross. They're from a Duroc boar and a Gloucester Old Spot cross sow. So they're pretty tough. There's a lot of Duroc in them, and there's 3 males and 2 females here. I should probably pull the feeding trough out so they can all get access to it, but they're going to settle in fine. They're already down checking out the bed. Just got to make sure they get their water, and happy piggies. We'll leave them in here for a few days and see. The weather's looking a bit wet this week, but they've come from outside. They're already electric fence trained, so once I get a paddock set up outside, they're good to move. These guys are about 35-40 kilos, so they were born before Christmas, and I'm going to pick up another batch of 12, a much younger litter. They're about 8 weeks old. I'll pick them up next week. So Annie's just getting milked, and the pigs are settling in well, and they're actually doing what I want them to do here. Another reason why I put them in here is this is a deep bedding. It's actually 2 years worth of bedding, and they're going to stir this up and thin it out for me, so it's going to be dead easy for me to take it out of here. And they're settling in well. Happy pigs. A little update where we're at. You got our front door swinging, and I've just actually come back from the hardware. Got some of these little guys now to put on, little quick releases that'll hold the door in place. And what else have we got done? We've been working on our stanchion. We ran out of MIG wire, so I had to go off and get some wire. So this is going to be our stanchion here, and still a bit to go, but there's going to go a bolt in down here, and this guy's going to be pivoting, and that's what's going to hold the goat's head in position while she's being milked. I'm also going to put a little tray in here because you need something to entice the goats in, either a bit of you can use like Himalayan rock salt, sea kelp, alfalfa, although I find it impossible to get alfalfa here. But you need some sort of little treat to get the goats in, to make it a nice pleasant experience for them. And it's more for a training process, you know, you do that for a few weeks and then they like just the relief of getting milked when they've got bigger udders. So I want a little shelf for doing that, and yeah, we're slowly getting there. Gotta get this stanchion here finished up, get this headgate here finished up, and we'll put in our little, we need to make a wall in here, and then it looks like I gotta do a lot of painting. Okay, we're starting to look like a milking machine. Progress a little slower today because I'm on my own. Normally Charlie's helping me and I set everything up and Charlie welds. Charlie's not here today, so it's a little bit slower because you set everything up, you weld a bit, then you set up the next bit, you weld another bit, and it just takes longer. So this is now our stanchions. So the idea will be two more things we've got to do. We've got to make the gates that are going to eventually go on around the back here to make the pen. So we put our goats into the pen, and imagine there's a floor in here. This is our stanchion. Take our goat up, put her in the headlock, close this bar over, and then it's very simple, but there's no bits to lose, no nothing when she's in there, when her head's in there. And I know it looks narrow, but that's actually probably going to be comfortable. Annie's my biggest goat, and her neck is 110mm, leaves room to slip in between both sides of her neck. And most of my little goats have horns, so that's the optimum size there to fit all my herd. And then once they're done milking, we flip that back, let her out, and we open this gate and let her out into the pasture. I just need to put on my bolt here and then load up the next goat. And exact same thing over here. Super happy with it. And again, we got this gate opening out here. Slowly getting there. I got to do one more thing to the stanchion part. I have to put little brackets on here to hold a feed tray to entice the goats in when we're training them. And then we got to make another wall here so that when we put our baby goats in at night, if I just blocked up this bit, they would come out through the stanchions. So I got to put in basically a wall in here to keep them in. Got my little back wall in, and I've actually not fixed it at the ground here yet because I want to paint all the understructure first, then slide the floor back in and weld it in. So this isn't actually fixed to the ground. I can still take out this mesh, and I just need 2 more hinges. I forgot to bring them with me to swing this. So more than likely in the evening we will set up our pen, we will run all the goats in, then we will take the baby goats and push them in this door here, and then let the mama goats out again, and then it'll just be easier than run around trying to catch them, because you can catch them for about a week and that's the last time you're going to catch them in the field. Really happy with how this is working out, and I can't get this in action quick enough now because it's just more and more problematic taking goats back to the one place, and I think this is going to be an awesome solution for having a small micro dairy. So I've got one coat of paint on it all, except I didn't paint the tops to the bottom here because I want to weld the floor onto that, but I didn't want to put the floor on and then be struggling to paint around these. So I'm actually going to put a second coat on the underside and the 2 sides of these. Then I'm going to weld the floor on, and then I'll paint along the floor and give the whole top of it another coat. I'm kind of pushed. I want to get this in action because we're moving the herbivores to farm 2 the end of this week, and I really want this in operation to go with them to make it easy for milking up there. So I'm kind of getting the push on. I want to get the floor in, get it all painted today so I can take it up to the farm tomorrow, put the roof in, get all the sides on, solar panel, battery, milker, all that jazz. The floor is welded in place, solid, and it's pretty tough welding, galvanized, because it's full of zinc and stuff, which is impurities when you're welding. Should really buff it out, but I couldn't have been bothered and just welded it anyway. I think it'll be strong enough. It's only going to be goats walking in here, and it's holding me fine, so I think that's going to be grand. And this is our stanchions at the back. So the kits are going to have weld mesh on them and a bolt there, and it's all got to get painted twice. So from the mesh up, it's got to get painted twice. The mesh won't get painted. I will paint in between where I welded and the angle iron, but we'll have a gate coming off here, make a pen, and we bring our goats up, put them in the stanchion. I'm going to have a little shelf in here with a little bucket or something. Milk them, and when we're done milking, open our gate, open our stanchion, let our goat out, close the gate, load the next one. While I set one goat up, I can have one goat milking while I set up a second goat. And then by the time I have her set up, the first one should be done. Take her off and just continue that process. I think this system here, you could milk, you know, easily probably 20 goats in an hour, no problem at all. And that's start to finish, move and everything. I'll know better further into the summer when I get it in operation and get it nailed down. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. That is the painting finito. Man, I hate painting. I just do not like it. It's so boring. And I am not very good at it, but anyways, it's done. You can see I just went along and painted all along there. Looks kind of funny, but I don't think the goats are going to mind. So I'm hoping to get this squared away tomorrow. Got prop stands, I got a jockey wheel to go on there, I got my hitch to go on, and then I got to bring down more. I've got more of this weld mesh up at the farm. I got to bring that down. I got to bring some one brake down, and we'll get this all sheeted off with weld mesh and one brake, and then hopefully by tomorrow evening I'll have it ready to go. It'll go up to the farm and we'll put the roof on it at the farm, and she'll get her solar panel and a battery, and we'll be ready to use it for milking. I'm dead chuffed now with how it came out. It'll be interesting to see if it works. I've got quite a bit of money into this. I mean, with the price of steel now, I'm a bit over €1,000 in this, not counting my labour and time, which is a bit pricey. But for not having tried this in any means at all, it's a bit of an investment. But I'm convinced it'll work. I'm convinced it's going to. I don't think I'd be able to do milking goats at all, even on a homestead level, without this. Like, to be able to move anywhere in the farm and have my milking parlour anywhere in the farm, that's versatility. That's how you improve your land. If you're fixed to a point, you know, it's the same with poultry, it's the same with any enterprise. If you're pivoting around a point that is the centre, you are restricted. You're limited to how far you can move away from that hub that you have to bring the animals back to all the time. And for me, I think this is well worth the investment. Particularly, we'll be able to go up to Farm 2 and do an awesome job with the goats up there, and have the convenience of just rocking up, herd the goats into the milker here, do the milk, and then move forward with it, hook on the quad, move it forward. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I'm 99% sure this is going to be an awesome addition to the farm and a real beneficial tool to building topsoil in the farm. Alright, progress update. Pretty much nearly got all my weld mesh on, so I've just been working out these guys here. So it'll be a case of we'll have our goat in there, we'll flip this up, let our goat out, let her out here, and close this back in, get the next goat in, and carry that on. And we've got this one here, so we can put our kids in here. So push the kids in here at night, and then they will stay in this place here. And this gate here will obviously be closed, but keep the kids in here at night so they don't drink in the mamas. The mamas can stay close by, and then let them out in the morning. And everything's trickier with one hand. So now I just got to do one more gate with the weld mesh. I'm going to put on my prop stands, and I'm going to wrap the whole thing in one brick, and this thing is ready for out of here. So my plan is I've got maybe 3 more hours this evening to do that, and I'm gonna either take it out of here tonight or tomorrow morning. It's a bit wide for taking up the road to the farm in the middle of the day, so I might come down early tomorrow morning and pick it up when there's not so much traffic on the road. It's not crazy wide, it's 7 foot, so it's like the width of an articulated truck, which is fine. Okay, that's our windbreak all on, and you can see for the doors here I just put around it so it opens up happy days. This is just mainly to when I'm milking in here, that I've got, if the rain's blowing in, it's keeping the rain off me, and if there's kids in there, just keeping the rain from blowing in on top of them. Only be really using this in the summer months, so it's not vital that only really be using this in the summer months, so it's not vital that it's protected from the weather. Jessie Bear's helping me out. So now all we've got to do here now structurally is get the roof on. Okay, got our full setup. So we got our solar panel just fixed on the roof up there. You can see we just fixed it with a few brackets. And then that comes down to, got a little solar charge controller in here, and that's where our solar panel feeds into that. Then that hooks up to our battery and hooks up to our milking machine here. So simple on off switch here. And I'm pretty much good to go. Now the last thing I do need to do, I haven't done it yet, is to make some gates so I can make a pen around the back of it here. The goats are milking right now, or so Tim, I can walk up to the field and grab them and then put them right on here. So that's not a priority. I'll get that done in the next week or so. And you can see I've ordered a second one of these milkers so I can have another set up on this side. It's very simple. It's just a little vacuum pump, and it's 12 volts, so it can run off my battery. This battery here is like 100 amps. It will run, I'd say it could run 10 of these. These take very little draw, just a little motor, 12 volt motor, and it takes me about probably less than 5 minutes to milk a goat, so there's no draw on it. It's very simple. One pipe is pure suction, so this is a sealed stainless steel container, it's 14 litres, and the suction goes in there, and this is going to be the milk coming from the goats. There's also a second one which pulsates, so it just pulsates to give the animal that on off kind of squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, so you're not just sucking the milk out of the teat steady. And yeah, absolutely delighted. I can stand in here from the rain while I milk. Happy out. I'll park this side facing the sheltered side, and the front facing prevailing wind. Then at night we can put all our little kitties in here. Just push them in there. The mamas can go all around and still be safe. I'm absolutely delighted with it. And when our goats are done, you just open that up, let them run off. So nothing now to do but go get Annie, and let's bring the milk here to Annie. That was an absolute dream to use. You seen there, I used some sea kelp just to make it a fun experience for her. And You can see Annie's a bit lame. I generally have about 4 weeks in spring and 4 weeks in autumn when it's really wet weather. I have a problem with the goat's feet. It's just so damp. It's hard to keep them from getting just get soft and tender. And you see me there, I just put the foot in some salt water for a couple of minutes, and it tends to help get them started again and alleviate any soreness. But really happy with how the setup's working. I think it's going to be awesome. You can see I can easily be milking 2 goats at a time and probably still sitting around idle waiting for them to milk. I reckon this system here I could do milk 20 goats a day, no problem. Twice a day, I'd get them done within an hour, I think, no problem. And the beauty of it is we'd never be leaving the pasture. They're settling in really well. They're a little bit noisy because I think they want to get fed. These guys are going to be going outside tomorrow, and we've got 12 more younger pigs coming and the day after, so I got to get the paddock ready for tomorrow, but we'll probably see that in the next video. And yeah, it's getting full of life. We're going to be getting baby chicks next week as well, so the farm's going to be in full swing. So that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you in a video again soon.